Welcome back. So please check out my other videos on the channel and stay tuned for more in future if you are interested. But this is all about my first track day experience on an actual race circuit. So I decided to go to Thruxton, just outside of London, as it had a lot of runoff space just in case I needed it. I read quite a few good reviews about the track and instructors online, so I felt like it was a good place to start my motorsport journey as somebody who doesn't really have too much experience. But after parking up, Thruxton Centre really did take me by surprise because of how modern it was, how clean it was. So perfect place for a light snack or coffee as well. Now after you check in, it's straight into the briefing room where they go through some useful bits to help you out on track. Things like turning points, some safety bits, braking and understanding weight transfer. So after the briefing is done, you go straight out into a Ford Puma ST for 3 passenger sighting laps as a group just to get familiar with the track layout, and then it's straight out for your first go. So you can tell I was super nervous here but was doing my very best to keep it together. My first car was the Porsche Cayman and I've never driven a Porsche before, so this one had a semi-automatic gearbox and I decided to use the paddle shifters for this car as I'm fairly comfortable with them. But you can just drive it in automatic if you wanted to. Now, if you are coming with a group, there are 2 main viewing platforms. This one overlooking the supercars and the main straight, or Thruxton Centre overlooking the first couple of corners. So this is me in the Porsche, and as you can see, I almost lost it there, but really big shout out to my instructor who let me absolutely rip it around the track and push it to my own limits. Not once did he tell me to slow down or take it easy. And I think that's one of my highlights at Thruxton, is that the instructors know you want to get the most out of the car for the time that you have. As long as you can demonstrate you're not a danger, they really help you get the most out of your day. I do have the raw footage up of the drive on my channel, so please do go and check it out. I think the Porsche was incredibly easy to drive, so definitely one of the more fun experiences I did on the day. Now, after you are done, they are super quick into getting you into your next session. If you have a supercar booked, you will go straight into Part Fermé, which definitely promotes getting into some more cars when you see the lineup they have. Thruxton is also quite a star-studded track, so you have an F4 racer who does passenger laps and Tiff Needle, ex-Top Gear and 5th Gear presenter, who does passenger laps sideways in that M2 pretty much. Now, for my second car, I chose the Lotus Emira, and the reason for this is I've heard it's a real driver's car and it's also got a manual gearbox, so I really wanted to develop my skill set and just give it a go. As you can see, I had no clue how small the car was, so it took me a while to get sorted out. But the Lotus for me was as I expected it to be. Despite its good looks, it was quite a difficult car to get to grips with in just 5 laps. And the manual gearbox really challenged me as I'm so used to coasting and jumping gears on the road. But by the end of the session, I definitely learned a lot and felt more in tune with the car thanks to Justin, my instructor, who gave me great feedback when driving and a really good debriefing session. If you want to hear all of that advice and see me kind of struggling with the car a little bit, I also have that raw footage available on my channel, so please go and check that out. Now, when you are done with your road car sessions, they give you this scorecard, which includes a rating on your performance on the day and some feedback. I got a 76% out of 100, which is about average. Now, for the main event, for me at least, the Formula Renault race car. I've never been in anything like this before, so the nerves started to kick in like crazy again, as you can tell by how baffled I looked here. It took about 30 minutes of waiting before I ended up in a car. I also had some issues fitting into some of the cars, so I had to wait a little bit longer. The briefing though was short and sweet. There was no microphone in your ear either, so it was just you and the car, and there was no scaremongering. It was just go out there, take it easy to start off with, and have fun. It was a very easy car to drive. The only thing I would say is that the distance between first and third gear was about 1 inch, so it was very difficult to tell what gear you were in. Now, no excuses, but I did have a little spin in the car just because I was having a little bit too much fun and got a little bit ahead of myself. So pretty much what happened was I overtook that car. I thought it was hammer time, went too fast into a corner, and it doesn't take a genius to know what happens next. But check out the full video on my channel to see what happened before and after that spin. Now overall, the track experience for me was a 10 out of 10. And that's down to the track, the instructors, and the cars. Please do subscribe for more motorsport and car content, and I'll leave you with this clip which represents how much I enjoyed the day.
Are you doing 10 laps?
I'm doing 5.
5?
Was that 5?
That would have been 5 if you had an inboard, yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't even feel the 5, sorry.